Need an answer now, okay?
Writing on my phone, so excuse any formatting typos. I work as a supervisor for a small, family-run, online designer bathroom retailer. Want more choice than the big box stores? You come to a company like us. We are also much cheaper than buying directly from a brand. Any return that is outside the standard 30 days would be at the discretion of the manufacturer. Brand. That doesn't mean no, but we need to check with the brand that a customer purchased and see if they would still accept it back, and if so, would there be a restocking charge? I have had similar conversations like this many times over the years, but the one that sticks to mind is the others. I try to be more helpful. A customer purchased a stone effect shower tray from us. The size he ordered would have weighed about 50 kilograms and had to be sent with a fragile goods courier. About 2 months later, he called and advised my colleague that he had measured wrong and needed a different size. Annoying. But if you are reordering from the same brand, then it will likely just be the cost of carriage for delivery and collection, and restocking is waived even though it's outside of 30 days. However, we need to check with the brand to confirm this, as it is not always the case. This is where the problem for him started. His plumbers are on site and he needs an answer now. My colleague explained that it would only take an hour or two to get written confirmation from them, and that it would be 23 days delivery of the size he did need regardless. This was apparently not acceptable, and he got shouty and sweary and therefore ended up being transferred to me. Shouting at our staff because of a problem entirely of your own creating will make me immediately not want to go out of my way to help more than I have to. I explained to the customer the same thing as my colleague, and that because this is outside of the returns period, the discretion is with the brand, but providing they order an alternate size and that the one he has is in the original packaging and condition, that it should just be cost of carriage. That's when he reveals that his plumber actually threw away all the packaging for tray and that it was a ridiculous policy, the whole time still being very shouty and sweary. I explained that I can speak to the brand and see if they are able to repackage it, but that I know if they are able to do this, that they would impose a 25% restocking fee on top of the carriage charges. This was not acceptable. He needs a definite answer now. Enter malicious compliance. Okay. No. He was far too rude to continue any further, so he is getting the answer now. And that answer is no. Needless to say, he was not happy with no, and then tried to make me check with them like I previously said I would. But I stuck to it and advised him that a return or exchange would not be accepted as it was outside of time, and he hung up out of anger. Never did hear from him again. Not even in an angry review. I assume he paid to have a builder extend his walls to make the tray size work, as how specific of a tray he ordered would not have sold easily secondhand either. Moral of the story is be nice to people. Or at the very least don't be rude. And don't ask for an immediate answer if you are not happy with all the possible answers. This was apparently not acceptable, and he got shouty and sweary and therefore ended up being transferred to me. Your shouty and sweary is absolutely hilarious. Thanks for that. I assume he paid to have a builder extend his walls to make the tray size work, as how specific of a tray he ordered would not have sold easily secondhand either. Either that or his wife called back later and asked much more nicely. I had a similar situation, but I worked for a food company and someone blamed our product for a damaged microwave. I was a phone representative and the amount to replace the mic was out of my permission level. They insisted that I be the one that gives them an answer on replacing it. After explaining that I can't make that decision, that I am not authorized to pay out that much, they still insisted. I said, okay. If you need it to be from me, the answer is no. This was like 18 years ago and I still remember the sound they made of Incredulous shock at being told no. But then I followed up with, or, if you would like this to be considered by someone who can make a decision about this, I can forward this to someone who can review everything. They agreed this time. I never understood people pushing for a response. Now, quote, if you push me for an answer this moment, it's always no, and or whichever form of, you're going to hate my response. I can get away with that. The time. I once had a customer demanding a refund for some tickets. However, it was 3 hours after the event, so obviously we cannot resell them. Then they revealed that they wanted a refund and would later be purchasing new tickets. As a courtesy, I offered a credit and they could repurchase in the future. But we cannot process a refund. They got really mad, started yelling, swearing, and even threatened me. So, I then stated policy, and denied any refunds, credits, or reschedules. Notated on the reservation and linked the call recording. They called back 4 more times that day until they were banned from purchasing our products ever again. Advised my colleague that he had measured wrong. Ah, good old English. I parsed this as he referring to the colleague, and that the colleague had screwed up. So when I got down to a problem entirely of your own creating, I was momentarily puzzled. Shouting at our staff because of a problem entirely of your own creating will make me immediately not want to go out of my way to help more than I have to. I wish this rule was applied in food service, too, because 99% of the problems a customer experiences is entirely because of their own stupidity. As any problems the staff cause are usually noticed and fixed behind the scenes without any customers seeing it. But if you ordered a pizza with cheese because you do not understand the difference between vegetarian and vegan, that is not my fault. I used to tell my daughter when she was little, if you have to have an answer now, I can do that, but you're not gonna like it. She got more patient with the maybe answer. I have had the occasion to fire customers when they act out. I bet that was so enjoyable. MC served on a tray. I would never have even made the phone call to you. I would have read the contract that says 30 days and assumed after 30 days there is no chance of returning the item. I look at purchases like gambling. Sometimes you get what you paid for and other times you get something not right. In the second instances, you just go ahead and repurchase the item, maybe from somewhere different if you think it will help. For pity's sake, the guys working with him are builders. They should know you can't get an answer on things like that right now. This idiot was just being a butthead. I want you do something for me that is outside the norm. So Ima gonna shout at you and call you names, cause that's the kinda arsehole I am. Works all some of the time, I guess. No is a wonderful word. Some people need to use it more often. We did that with our toddlers back in the day. It worked pretty well to cut off tantrums like that. So weird. You have a policy. They want to change. You try to accommodate that change and need some extra time. They demand an answer now. Shrug and point at the aforementioned policy. Lol at them for trying to pressure you into free stuff.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicuricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.